All teams get in position. You have 3 minutes.
Oh, this was a very successful exercise from the state's perspective. This is exactly the kind of training, drilling, exercising we like to see happen in all of our counties. The ability for the responders to sit in classroom training, to have the hands-on practice with real-life patients. It can't be replaced. It cannot be overstated how important it is for all of our responders to have the opportunity to learn, for example, not just the austere medicine classes that were taught here, but gunshot wound class that was taught here also. We've learned great lessons from battlefield medicine, from our military. Very important to have this type of training and the ability to practice those different types of skills.
It is extraordinary what they're doing, but it doesn't surprise me. Now, if you contrast it to the capacity for doing this type of training at the federal level, it is remarkable what they're doing with the resources that they have available to them. That surprises me a bit. You know, I come from a federal perspective, but I've done the local community-based activities, and I've done trainings at every level. And I can tell you, if you're going to practice to what your ultimate mission is going to be, you have to do it in this kind of setting. You have to challenge yourself. You have to do it amongst a community of your peers, the partners that you would normally operate with in the field, and that's exactly what's demonstrated here. It's done exceptionally well, and you have to do it with a great deal of planning and foresight, and I think Dan has really done that in the most consummate fashion.
Khaki team, you're in the aid station. Go there now.
You know, it's number one, it's an amazing location aside from the beauty, but it's ideal because it's isolated and it gives people some experiences in areas that they probably haven't been before. And because it's so big and isolated, we can do some things, EMS can do some things that they couldn't do and for training in a normally highly populated area. This is just amazing out here to have this many people in one place, people from all over the state, all levels of government, interacting and talking, and resolving problems before an actual incident happens is critical, and it's an amazing operation. All this training we do for the medical reserves and for our search and rescue people and our full-time people is to be prepared to be able to interact in a time of a huge calamity, a huge emergency. And that's how we all work. We work in partnerships. Something very easily could happen here in the backcountry, and we need to be prepared and have experienced it in the past.
The truth is, in doing trainings like this, even if you have a focus on the training, such as a mass casualty event, which is the underlying premise of their scenario here, it still trains you to operate effectively even when the event is something different. So I think even though this particular setting, the focus here being a mass casualty event and an airplane crash, you can extrapolate that, and you can extrapolate the experience of the volunteers out here doing the training to many different situations. This could not be a better training facility because it affords a sense of the austerity of a lot of circumstances that these folks are going to be faced with in real time. To simulate where these types of events may occur doesn't always occur in the most convenient locations. It also provides that balance to allow the safety for the training and the preparedness for the individuals.
You know, this is an excellent example of multi-county coordination, of leveraging multiple partnerships. We are always encouraging our counties, our operational areas to leverage all the partnerships that they have. So it was excellent, to have the Sheriff's Department, for example, involved here. It was excellent, the search and rescue teams involved here, Public Health Department working in the EMS agency, working community-wide with their partners right here. Disasters are local, so we encourage all of our counties, operational areas to have strong relationships with all of the disciplines they know they will be responding with. And you want to have those relationships in advance. You don't want to be meeting people at the scene of an incident or the scene of a disaster. You want to have those relationships already established.
Operations from Dive Group.
That interagency cooperation in terms of exercises and understanding how everybody's going to work their own niche in a bigger puzzle is really important, and I think we're seeing a great example of that here today. We've known for years that the first responders are going to be the people who are right there. The average citizen is always going to be your first responder, and programs like this show you just the value of what a little training can do. We would like the whole country to emulate activities just like this. It can't be undervalued, and that's what's really probably most impressive about this program is it does exactly what it was designed to do, and that's bringing the local community into local action to support the needs of their community.